Good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, June 21st. The time right now in Singapore is 27 minutes past noon. And today we will do a recap on all asset classes. We start off with, as usual, the US equity market. We saw last night, US equity market basically retreated from the weaker closing last Friday. We have a market close on Monday, so this was a shortened week, so the market reacted belatedly, and we saw Dow Jones actually went down to 33,915.9, and this is the first drop of a potential three-wave decline. So currently where the market is, I think there will be a rebound going into tonight's trading. The level to watch out will be 34,250 to 34,330 levels. If we get a rebound into this range of prices here, as highlighted by the darkened pink range here, then the market may see another leg down, and we will see what happens. Depending on where the high is, we can take a 100% pullback of the 34,588 to 33,915 drop here, and extrapolate lower depending on the high that we see going into tonight's trading. So basically this is a technical pullback for now, and unless the market accelerates to the downside, there is a possibility the market may actually attempt the 34,588.7, which we saw last Friday again. So in the meantime, we are getting very close to the end of the month itself. We have less than 2 weeks now left towards the end of the month, and I think a high will probably be of June before the market actually reverses in a more substantive way in July. So do look out for that possibility here. Over in the S&P 500, we also saw a pullback from the high of 4,448.5, and overnight we have a low at 4,367.2. So again, I'm also likely to see a 50% rebound from the high of 4,448 to last night's low, and possibly somewhere around the 4,420 levels before we see another leg down into this ideal bracket of between 4,300 to 4,355. So this will may cause the market to base itself before market rally again beyond 4,448.5. Now this remains also. We are always open to the idea that perhaps the market is getting ready for a major correction. Okay, going into the Nasdaq itself, Nasdaq declined by the least last night. We can see that a high 15,284.65 traded on Friday is basically still intact, and although we have a minor pullback last night, the pullback has been on the relative basis pretty shallow, and we do expect market to continue to grind lower as the other two major equity index continue to drift lower. So that will bring ideally the Nasdaq 100 to somewhere near the 14,430 levels before it stabilizes for another go at the 15,284.65 high that we have seen so far. The target area is probably somewhere in between 15,270 to 16,115, although it's a very wide range, but I suspect we probably will see a high somewhere within this range here. So do stay on the lookout for that possibility here. In the Asian market, we can see that the Nikkei has stabilized. It has not gone higher beyond the Monday's high at 33,772.9, and market did pull back yesterday, but right now the market seems to be getting ready to surge again. We will see whether that pans out or not. But if the US equity market wants to drift lower, I think it may take the Nikkei along for the ride. So ideally, we see a pullback to somewhere around the 32,000 levels before the market stabilizes. Now, in the Hang Seng market, we saw a gap down this morning, a very fierce gap down from the failure to overcome the 20,286 barrier. The high traded last week on Friday was 20,155.9, and trading at 19,233, and this price range, this price currently is within the range where possibly it can catch some, it may be arrested here in this bracket of prices, which I deem to be conducive for buying interest to re-emerge, and that level is 19,100 to 19,350 levels. So do watch out for a stabilization around this current range before the market attempt another rally. Okay, over in China, mainland Chinese equity market is also following the Hang Seng down, and the low traded so far this morning is at 3,893.5, and this is a pullback from the high that we saw on last Friday at 3,967.9. So this is again seen as a technical pullback. The reason the market falls is because the market expected a lot more from the People's Republic Bank of China, which only announced a very marginal cut in interest rates of 0.1%, when the market wanted to see more stimulus monetary policy being rolled out to stimulate the Chinese economy, which is clearly slowing down. And this is that disappointment here. But by and large, I do see this as a technical pullback. The market is probably ripe for another bounce beyond the 4,000 levels this time. Okay. Over in energy markets, we see that the West Texas Intermediate crude oil saw a dip last night from the Friday's high. Sorry, this is a Tuesday high, from the overnight high of $72.33 to as low as $69.74. And this bracket of prices, which I highlighted in yesterday's update, is $69.61 to $70.13. I do expect some kind of buying interest to re-emerge, and it did, and the market rebounded rather aggressively. Now, this rebound here is either part of a three-wave decline or it is already bottomed. Whatever the case, look for levels to buy, and if you have not already bought at yesterday's low price, the market may be getting ready to gun higher beyond $72.33 to go for the $75 that we saw in the early part of June. So my target for this move here is actually a lot more positive. I'm actually hoping to see a price somewhere near the upper brackets of the $70 to as high as $80. So this one has a lot of potential, even at current prices. Over in precious metal, we see basically a sell-off in precious metals, especially in gold. And we can see that the price was getting ready to challenge the upper limit as the market rallied from 1,925 last Thursday itself. But that did not materialize. The market instead has come back down on the back of a resurgent dollar. So that is laying the groundwork for further losses, possibly in the gold market. Either the market has already bottomed at 1,925 last Thursday, or the market is getting ready for another marginal low. So let's see what happened to this market. But the idea is to buy precious metals if the market started to show sign of stabilization. Over in silver, we see a more dramatic sell-off in silver. Overnight, we can see that silver top up at $24.20, and last night we have a move down to $23.05, and it looks like it may drift even lower, ideally to challenge the most recent low here in June, at the early part of June at $22.68. Ideal bracket is probably between $22.28 to $23.02. So do look out for possibly the market may dip into this bracket of prices here. Over in dollar, earlier on I did mention there was a resurgence in the dollar, but not by very much. So the drop in precious metal was disproportionately large relative to the rise in the dollar. You can see the dollar index actually managed to go into the 102.67 levels, and this bracket has been highlighted by me in previous updates, which I believe will see some kind of a re-emergence of selling interest. And this bracket is 102.24 to 102.65, and the market top up at 102.37 and then ease back, shows that there is some kind of selling interest accumulating in this bracket range. Okay. Now, in the major currency, we also saw a pullback in the principal currency that set up a stage for the market to either develop into a more substantive three-wave decline or bottoms out at last night low in the euro versus the dollar at 108.90 levels. So we can see that this market is getting ready for a rally. Whether we get another dip into this bracket of prices between 108.55 to 108.90 remains to be seen, but basically the idea here is to look for levels to buy for another rally beyond 109.70, which was the high traded last Friday. My immediate target is for a move to 110.80 levels. So do look out for that possibility the market may extend higher. Okay. Over in the sterling, we can see that sterling also saw a pullback overnight from a high of 128.50 levels thereabout to a low of 127.13 last night. And again, this bracket of prices has been highlighted by me in previous updates. This level is 126.70 to 127.40, and if the price dropped into this bracket of prices, there could be possibility of buying interest. So we did see a very minor three-wave decline into this, and that could possibly signal that the bottom is in place and this sterling is immediate target is probably for a move to 130 even. Over in the Aussie, we see the market pullback, and this pullback is probably not over yet. We can see that the high is just below 169 last traded last Friday, and the market pulls down to overnight low of what 0.6750 thereabout. I do expect the market to bounce back 50% of this entire decline from 0.6896 0.669 even, possibly to around 0.6825 to 0.6845 levels before it extend lower towards ideally the target between 0.6630 to 0.6680. So that will be a ultimate bottom for this run here if it all pans out. Over in the dollar Canadian, we see that the market has either bottoms out at this low at 131.78 on Friday, and we saw a bounce yesterday to a high of 132.70 thereabout, but prices are now coming back down, so there's a possibility the low may not yet be in place, and if that's the case, I do see a marginal low below the last Friday low of 131.75 levels. So possibly we may see a challenge of 131.60 thereabout before the market stabilizes. Let's see whether that actually pans out, and once that is done, we possibly will see a more robust rebound back into the 133.60 to 134 levels. Okay. In dollar yen is starting to top out a little bit at 142.25 that we see on Tuesday itself. So the market did pull back a little bit. So the market now at this moment in time has a bit of a rebound back to 141.70. Now this level will be interesting because if we do see a 50% counter trend rally, the bracket to look out for will be 141.75 to 141.85. So this small little range of prices may actually cap this run for another extended decline back to test ideally the resistance and support, which is represented by this black color line here. So let's see what happened. Okay. Over in Bitcoin, we have a massive rally this morning in a Bitcoin all the way to clear 29,000 for the very first time in June. So this is actually a very good development. Again, on the back of BlackRock filing for an application to start a spot BTC ETF. We also have three major brokerages coming together to launch another exchange for trading of crypto. So this is showing us that the big boys are already in the market, and that is giving the crypto space a shot in the arm. It resulted in a massive rally this morning. So the news came in only about a few hours ago in the morning itself, and that caused the markets to rally big time from just around $27,000. Okay, so we can see there was a massive move overnight of just slightly under $2,000 in just a few short hours. So this is actually laying the groundwork for an assault at 31,000, which was all the while a level which I have mentioned repeatedly that is a possibility market may actually gun for this level. Now with these two new development of two major group of players coming into the crypto space, that means to say the mainstream players are already in the market, and that could only be good news to all the crypto prices. This is all I have for you today. In the meantime, you take care. I'll come back to you with another update tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.